AIT for slapping a teenager? I, 32F, was at a water park this last weekend with my husband, 32M, and my daughter. We were in one of the pools practicing swimming and keeping to ourselves. There was a group of teen boys there, and while I was working with my daughter on swimming, one of them came up behind me, and I felt a tug on the strings of my top untying it. I spun around, saw this 15 to 17-yo with a smirk, and slapped him. This quickly caused a scene. The park staff got involved as well, the boys' parents who were livid at me. My husband and another lady saw it happen, and confirmed that he really did grab my top. There was also camera around the pool, that kind of show it. Wasn't the best angle. The boys' parents threatened assault charges, and I threatened sexual assault charges if they decided to go that way. Eventually, we were both asked to leave and haven't heard anything since. My husband, though, still thinks I overreacted a bit, which I don't. ITA and TA. That's a natural reaction. I'd prob do the same by natural reflex. +1. I've had people grab me in public, and once at work when I was an intern. In all cases, the message never reached my brain. It was straight spinal cord reflex to whack them away and spin around to follow up if needed. I was at the fair as a teenager once with a friend walking around when suddenly a hand came around my shoulder and rested on my boob. My first instinct was to pin it and try to break the person's arm, so I swung around to break the arm and suddenly recognized my mom. From her perspective, she saw me walking with my friend, ran up to try to be funny, and put her arm around my shoulder. But the person next to me stopped, causing her to fall back a little and her hand to land on my boob. Luckily, I was able to stop myself, but I was assured I would have been awarded, not punished, if I had not had time to stop, because I was defending myself with the information I had at the time. When a woman is sexually assaulted, she should be allowed to defend herself, whether instinctively or not, regardless of the person doing assault. NTA, he was clearly sexually assaulting you. You used proportionate force in self-defense. You used proportionate force in self-defense. Exactly. She slapped him, which will not do any physical permanent damage, as a justified warning for him to not come near her again. It would be different if she tried to drown him for it. I quote, am honestly shocked that OP's husband wasn't more upset. I think she should press charges anyways. Honestly, OP's husband saying she overreacted is wild. Wonder if OP's husband would say the same thing if it happened to his daughter, or if the kid tried to pull down the husband's bathing suit in public and exposed his dick to the world. If I were this woman, I'd consider pressing charges on the teenagers. Not because it would necessarily go far and get them anything other than a warning, but because they need to understand that that is sexual assault and they will be punished accordingly. The parents attempting to excuse them and victimize them in a situation where someone reacted in self-defense to sexual assault is how we get grown men who think they can sexually assault women. Your parents don't want to punish you? Cool. I'll file police report on your sorry ass. If they were 18 instead of 17, then they'd be charged as an adult. NTA- and I would talk to the manager of the park. You were assaulted and used self-defense. You should not have been asked to leave. Honestly, he would have been behind her. How was she to know his age when she lashed out after having some stranger try to remove her bathing suit top? Agreed. Anyone who tries to sexually assault you deserves to get hit, regardless of age. Also a boy 15. 17 is likely adult-sized or close to it. She'd have felt a man-sized person come up behind her. Comment removed by Reddit. Sexual assault charges can ruin someone's life. Why would a parent, I say this as someone with no kids, not punish their kid for this? Because even if they do not give a crap about the victim, would you not be terrified for your child's future? Because they expect the system to let him get away with it just like they did. Most likely. Exactly. This is a future Brock Turner. You mean Alan Turner, the rapist, who changed his name from Brock in order to have less name recognition, to disassociate himself from the rape charges he faced. Oh yeah, I know that name. Alan Brock Turner, the rapist, who bought a house near Dayton in 2022 and has been known to frequent Dayton bars. I love that everyone makes sure to remind the internet that he changed his name and his location. Oh, I also heard something about him studying to become a therapist. Not sure if that's true, but maybe don't get therapy from that guy. Are you two talking about Brock Allen Turner, the rapist? If you don't want your child to end up with a SA charge following him for life, teach him not to SA. I say this as a mom of 2 sons. If you don't want to be charged with sexual assault, don't do it. BC. The judicial system favors assholes like that kid and rapists like that shitbag caught in the act, Brock. They get away with it. Kid deserved getting slapped since his parents raised a disrespectful dickhead. You don't have kids, but you're already a better parent than his for asking where is his punishment. You mean Brock Allen Turner, the rapist who now goes by his middle name Allen, to try to avoid the social consequences of his actions. Allen Turner, the rapist, who was formerly known as Brock Turner? Just doing my part to spread the word about his alias. It's so frustrating to me that these parents are defending the little perpetrator. It's cause and effect. If he hadn't placed his hands on a woman and attempted to undress her in public, he wouldn't have deservedly had his face slapped. Their acting like he's the victim is outrageous and only encourages him to think that behavior is acceptable. You reacted out of natural instinct and would not have hit him had he not attacked you. This isn't a joke, and his parents downplaying his actions makes me furious. I'd personally file a complaint, but that's me. His parents obviously aren't going to hold him accountable. I just hope there's not another victim in his future. NTA.yay, you can tell how the parents are just by their reaction. They are the my kid can do no wrong type of parents. Hate those people. I only have daughters, but if they ever tried anything similar to somebody, then they'd be hating life for a while, and they'd learn that trying to take someone's clothes off without consent is not a joke. Back when I was in my teens and at the pool, I witnessed some guys I knew that pulled something like this. But they didn't just untie the top, they undid both pieces and removed them from a grown adult that was with her family. One took the top and ran one way, the other took the bottoms and went the opposite way. Long story short, they went to jail and were expelled from the district since the pool was on school property. Good. It's sexual assault. Pranks are one thing, but this is not even close. Jail time. Nice. I hope it wasn't a silly sentence either, that probably say boys will be boys at least twice a day. It was a straightforward case of B. A man, you don't know the age, tried to get your top off in a public place and you fought back. End of discussion. I was assaulted by a coworker from behind, and because I have self-defense training, I had plowed my foot sideways into his kneecap before I even thought about it, and he was on the floor screaming, "That gave me time to run." I sued him for assault and won. There was never any question around me defending against the attack. Were you supposed to stand there and allow your top to be ripped off? And then what? What terrible thing was this guy going to do next? You had to stop the attack. You did. There's no reason to discuss it further other than for you to make a police report about being sexually assaulted. Please do this! Because he's that bold, he'd try to remove a woman's top in public. And he 100% has done this before and will do it again. The problem with offenders like this is that they always escalate their behavior. His boldness is extremely concerning. And there needs to be a record of his assault attempts so that when he tries to or murder or kidnap a woman, he will be on their radar as a possible sexual offender. The police will start to see the emerging pattern, and that will give them the tools they need on future interactions with him. This was no mere prank. It's a very serious matter. Edit. Typos. This. File a report. Don't give to the pressure of not making waves. This is assault, a serious crime. Making waves = preventing a future rape. Report this. Guaranteed there will be, and probably already has been. A teenage boy of 15 to 17 years that has the nerve to undo the bathing suit top of a grown woman. A mother with her child at that has done this before and/or will do it again. Most teens pick on other teens. They do not have the nerve to pick on a grown-up. The fact that this kid did tells me so much about him and his family and home life. NTA. I'm angry for OP. And his parents are, well, I can't say. It's against the rules. Yeah, not normal behavior, and that slap was absolutely deserved. Reminds me of something I heard. A 12-year-old was at a co-ed birthday party for one of her friends. Another girl at the party was getting up, and a boy there pulled her pants down and yelled, "She's wearing a thong!" The girl quickly pulled her pants up and left. The original girl slapped the boy and told him, "You should never do that to a girl." The boy laughed and said, "If she hadn't of," Left me and my boaz would have made sure that thong was put to good use around her ankles. The 12 years old went directly to the parents at the party and told them everything. By the end of the party, the boy was arrested for assault, ended up on the registry for his actions at the party, and from other girls that came forward with evidence of him attacking them in the manner he alleged. At 12? OMG, the people around him should have all be investigated because he also obviously heard those comments from someone else. How insanely scary and rock on to that UG girl. Little perpetrator. No, you had it right the first time. Perpetrator, comma. This is how Brock Turner was created. You mean rapist Brock Allen Turner, who now goes by his middle name Brock Allen Turner, in an effort to distance himself from the fact that he's rapist Brock Allen Turner?